The moment Alfred kissed my cheek, I caught it, a quick flash in Mum's eyes like hunger pretending to be pride. It lasted one heartbeat, but it froze me harder than all the jokes about me being 33 and still in the market. It was 3 a.m. I lay in bed, doom scrolling through wedding reels, when an ad popped up. Need a fake fiancé? $200K per event, no questions. I clicked and dialed. Me, I have a family dinner on Friday. Act like my fiancé. Alfred, easy. Coffee first? Me, tomorrow. Cash only. We met in a quiet cafe. I slid an envelope across the table. Alfred, half now, half after. You're a software engineer. You love jollof, chess, and sadly, me. Alfred, I already love jollof. I'll fake the rest. Friday night, I stepped into a red dress that screamed, "Look, aunties, someone wants me." Alfred arrived right on time, smelling of lime cologne and good lies. He looped my arm through his. Dad opened the door, clapping Alfred on the back. Mum stood behind him, studying Alfred like he was a pop quiz she hadn't revised for. Inside, relatives buzzed louder than a market stall. Aunt Ruth, "Jessica, finally!" Uncle Mike, "We thought you'd marry your job." I laughed, but my grip on Alfred's hand tightened. He squeezed back, steady, warm. Dinner began. Alfred told our fake love story so well, even I almost believed it. Alfred, Jess spilled coffee on my laptop at a tech conference. Best crash of my life. Cousin Lil, that's so cute. Mum rose to refill his wine. More? Only if you join me. Their eyes locked. My stomach flipped. Dad tapped his glass. To Jessica and Alfred, wedding bells soon. Family. Cheers. I hugged Alfred in the hallway after guests left. You were perfect. Same rate for the barbecue next week? He slid the second envelope into his jacket, winked, and walked out. From the window, Mum watched him leave, fingers drumming on the sill. That hungry look flickered again. I should have felt triumph. Instead, a thin thread of worry tugged at my chest, and I couldn't shake it. Dad's birthday landed 2 weeks after the dinner, and nobody in the family believed I could drag Alfred back. They were wrong. Dad's turning 60. Half the city was invited. We need the greatest hits, coffee spill story, tech conference joke, and our imaginary dog named Pixel. Alfred. Pixel never barks in public. Got it. I didn't laugh back right away. My mind replayed Mum's stare from the first dinner. That flash of something. I shook it off. At the party venue, a rented rooftop lounge, Alfred slipped into character so smooth it made my teeth hurt. He toasted Dad with a half-joking promise to keep me out of the single club for good. Guests clapped, Dad looked proud, and Mum smiled. But her smile was tight, like a ribbon pulled too hard. This is fake, Jessica. Remember? The night ended late. As I drove Alfred home, he hummed low to the radio. I wasn't ready for silence. Me, thanks for tonight. Invoice will land tomorrow. No tip for repeat customers? Tips come in other forms. He shot me a look that warmed my neck all the way to my ears. I parked in front of his gate. We did the usual handshake, but our hands lingered. You're shaking. Cold night. Or maybe you're forgetting what's real. He stepped out. I sat there 2 long minutes, engine idling, counting my heartbeats. After Dad's party, word spread that Jessica's fiancé was a keeper. Invitations hit my phone like rain on a tin roof. Cousin's baby shower, church harvest, corporate gala where spouses were encouraged. Each time I texted Alfred, each time he said yes. The money should have felt like loss, but sending it felt weirdly comforting, like reserving a seat on a flight that always took off on time. At events, Alfred became a legend. He danced with toddlers, beat my uncles at draughts, spoiled my aunties with stories about how he planned to build me a quiet studio for my writings, a detail I'd never shared publicly. People clapped me on the back as if I'd won the lottery, but under the praise, tension grew. I noticed Alfred stepping aside to answer calls I couldn't hear, whispering near the kitchen door with someone I couldn't see, then returning with that same easy grin. The neighborhood barbecue was my idea. If Alfred could handle a whole street of gossiping neighbors, he could handle anything. And maybe I could finally figure out why Mum treated him like a secret exam. Saturday blazed hot. We set up grills in the yard, stacked crates of malt and beer, laid colorful Ankara cloths on borrowed trestle tables. Alfred showed up in a sleeveless black shirt that made half the aunties choke on their Zobo. He owned the grill like a pro. flipping suya sticks, laughing, wiping sweat with the hem of his shirt, just enough to flash a hard stomach. Neighbors snapped photos. Children screamed his name. Pixel would have wagged his tail to death if he'd been real. I poured drinks, but my eyes kept drifting to Alfred. Each time he laughed too hard with a neighbor's wife, I felt a needle of envy. Why envy? He's paid, Jess. Paid. Mid-afternoon, Mum arrived in a flowery dress, lips painted a deep red I'd never seen on her. She walked straight to the grill. Alfred leaned down so she could whisper over the sizzle. She laughed softly, touched his arm, too familiar. Heat rushed to my face. Dad was busy with old classmates. No one else noticed. I marched over. Me? Mum, help me carry plates? Mum, still smiling at Alfred. Of course, dear. Alfred, need the grill master? Me, keep charming the crowd. I've got it. We walked to the kitchen. I dumped plates on the counter harder than needed. Mum watched me, eyebrows raised. Mum, jealous? Of what? Mum, relax. He simply thanked me for his secret spice mix. Me, secret? Since when do you two share cooking secrets? Since he asked. She reached to stroke my arm. Jess, enjoy your party. Don't overthink. Back outside, Alfred raised a malt towards me like a silent toast. My stomach flipped again. Evening settled. Fairy lights twinkled. Music drifted. Dad clapped Alfred on the back and declared, "Young man, show us how you propose to my daughter." Guests cheered. My heart banged against my ribs. This was not rehearsed. Alfred smiled like a game show host, dropped to one knee, grabbed a nearby onion ring, and slid it on my finger. The crowd roared. Alfred, loud enough for all. Jessica, will you continue to tolerate me? Me, laughing, but voice shaky. Yes, apparently I will. He stood, wrapped his arms around me, and kissed me, not a peck, a warm, confident, mouth-on-mouth kiss. Cameras flashed. Cheers turned to whoops. My knees wobbled. For a second, the world blurred. Grill smoke, fairy lights, Alfred's hands steady on my waist. It felt true. When I opened my eyes, Mum stood at the edge of the crowd, smiling, but her eyes were glassy. Not pride. Something else. The night felt sticky. In my room, I scrubbed off makeup, stared at the onion ring still on my finger, and wondered if I had paid for my own heartbreak. Sleep dodged me. I kept replaying the kiss, Mum's hand on Alfred, his calm smile. Maybe I was jealous, maybe paranoid, but jealousy meant feelings, and feelings weren't on Alfred's invoice. My phone buzzed. Alfred, you awake? Yes. Can we talk? I almost typed, come over, then remembered Mum's room was across the hall. Meet tomorrow, noon, at your place. Bring Pixel? Pixel bites. I set the phone down, heart racing faster than any party dance. Noon, hot sun. I parked outside Alfred's flat with 2 cups of iced Zobo because I didn't know what else to bring to a maybe boyfriend, maybe actor, definitely confusing man. The door opened before I knocked. He wore joggers and bare feet, hair still damp from a shower. My pulse spiked. Alfred, Pixel's mom, welcome. Me, trying to joke. Pixel's at obedience school. His lounge smelled of citrus cleaner and something faint. Woman's perfume? I shoved that thought away. I put the drinks on the table. We sat. Silence stretched like chewing gum. Me, last night felt off. Alfred, you mean the kiss? No. Yes. Also, Mum dragging you into the dark like a secret errand boy. She asked for grill tips. At 11 p.m.? In heels? He sighed, rubbed the back of his neck. Jess, lines blur. People talk. You want honesty? Always. Your mum likes attention. I give good attention. That's all. His answer felt too smooth, like the lies we sold my family. I stared at him until he shifted. Have you two met without me? 1 coffee. She said it would help her. Study me. Study you? So she could trust me around you. Heat climbed my cheeks. I pictured them laughing over cappuccinos while I drafted invoices. Me, next time she wants coffee, tell her book a table for 3. Fair? He reached across the couch, took my hand. Fingers warm, gentle. Jess, what do you want from me? Still just a rental. Me, I don't know. I thought I did. He leaned closer. My heart raced. I almost let him kiss me again, but my phone pinged. Message from Mum. Dinner tonight. Bring Alfred. Alfred read the screen. Alfred, showtime never ends. Me, not if the pay is right. He released my hand. The room felt colder. Mum cooked 3-course stew as if hosting an ambassador, not her daughter's pretend fiancé. Dad sat reading the sports page, oblivious. At the table, Mum poured Alfred's wine first. I watched the red stream fill his glass, slow and smooth. Alfred, taste this and tell me if it's too strong. Perfect, Ma. I wondered if he called her Ma last night, too. Mid-meal, Mum dropped a casual bomb. Alfred, you must join us for the charity gala Friday. That's short notice. Mum, he'll come if he cares, right? Alfred glanced at me, then at her. I can move things around. I felt like wallpaper at my own dinner. After dessert, Dad left to watch TV. Mum excused herself to the kitchen. Alfred stood to help, because of course he did. Howstet, I followed faster than steam. In the kitchen, Mum handed Alfred a dish towel. Their shoulders brushed. I clenched the doorway. Me. Mum, I'll handle dishes. Oh, I thought you hated kitchen work. Me, tonight I love it. Alfred placed the towel down, sensing a storm. Alfred, I'll wait in the living room. He left. Mum's face shifted. No more polite mask, just cool curiosity. Why so tense, Jessica? Stop flirting with him. Mum. Flirting? I'm checking his character. Me. Check from a distance. Mum, you rented a man, Jess. Don't act surprised if other people try the product. Her words slapped me. I dropped a glass. It shattered. Mum didn't flinch. She stepped closer, voice low. If the game scares you, change the rules. She walked out, leaving shards at my feet. That night, I couldn't sleep. Around 1 a.m., I heard floorboards creak. I opened my door a crack. Saw Mum in a silk robe gliding down the hall, phone glowing in her hand. She disappeared toward the back exit. My skin crawled. I threw on a hoodie and tiptoed after her, staying in the shadows. Outside, moonlight washed the driveway. Mum's car was gone, gate swinging shut. I should have gone back to bed. Instead, I grabbed my keys and followed the taillights down silent streets. 10 minutes later, Mum's car slipped into the parking lot of a small hotel. A sign flickered, rooms by the hour. My stomach flipped. I watched her step out, look around, then vanish inside. I sat shaking in my car. No proof Alfred was in there. No proof of anything. But my gut screamed. I sped home, tears blurring traffic lights. In my room, I hugged a pillow and whispered to the ceiling, "Tell me this is a nightmare." The ceiling had no answers. Morning sun felt like a lie. I dragged myself to work, phone buzzing nonstop with congratulations from neighbors about that sweet proposal. Lies breeding likes. At lunch, Alfred called. Alfred, we need to talk. Tonight, my place. Me, fine. I spent the day rehearsing questions. Were you at that hotel? Are you sleeping with my mom? But when I walked into Alfred's flat, words jammed in my throat. He looked different, serious, no playful grin. A single envelope sat on the coffee table. Open it. Inside, a crisp proposal plan on fancy letterhead, venue, guest list, honeymoon quotes, and a budget line, 15 million startup capital for Alfred Tech Hub. My name under sponsor, me. What is this? A real marriage offer for both of us. Real? We register, we wed, we split after 2 years if it fails. You get a loyal husband. I get funds to launch my business. I stared, heart pounding. You're proposing a deal, not love. Love can grow. Deals feed on trust. I trust you. He stepped closer, eyes soft. Alfred, Jess, I like you. Maybe more. Let's make this story ours, not your family's gossip. Part of me wanted to believe him. Another part replayed Mum's robe, the hotel sign. Why now? Because pretending is starting to hurt. Tears pricked my eyes. Me, did you meet my mum last night? He blinked. Surprise or acting? Last night? No. I went home, slept. Don't lie. He held my gaze. Jess, I did not meet her. His tone felt steady, maybe honest. My head spun. She left the house and ended up at an hourly hotel. What? He sat down hard. I swear, I wasn't there. Silence pulsed. I couldn't read him. Even if you weren't, she's obsessed with you. Then marry me and end her chase. The words sounded like a punchline, yet his expression was earnest. I paced the room. 15 million is a lot. I'll sign any contract, prenup, payback schedule, public or private wedding, your call. He handed me a pen. Alfred, say yes, Jess. Let's own this narrative. I felt the weight of the pen, the weight of family shame, the weight of being 33 in a culture where a woman's worth can shrink with each birthday candle. Cars hummed outside. My pulse hammered like a drum. I opened my mouth and my phone rang. Mum. I showed the screen to Alfred. Answer. I did. Mum? Jess, are you with Alfred? I need him to text me the barbecue spice recipe. Me, I'll get it for you. Mum, tell him it's urgent. She hung up. Alfred exhaled sharply. Alfred, she's relentless. Recipe, my foot. I sank onto the couch, head in hands. Alfred, look at me? I did. Whatever's between your mum and me, there's nothing, but there can be something real between us. The sincerity in his eyes cracked my shield. If I say yes, we announce to my parents? Alfred, tomorrow night at dinner. Together. My heartbeat roared. I thought of Dad's smile, Mum's piercing gaze, the hotel car park. I thought of late-night tears, lonely dreams of a family of my own. Slowly, I nodded. Me? Write a new contract. Fair terms. Equal stakes. Alfred? He pulled me into a gentle hug. I let him. The warmth felt good, but a chill stayed at the back of my mind, because I hadn't told him one thing. I still had the hotel address in my phone. And I planned to go back, with or without Alfred's truth. Dad picked Thursday night for the small family dinner that would become our engagement reveal. He ordered Jollof by the cooler, got a sax player from his church, even told neighbors to park on the street so Alfred could pull into the driveway like the king of the day. Alfred and I arrived hand in hand. My pulse drummed, but seeing his grin steadied me. We stepped inside to a burst of applause from aunts, uncles, cousins, choir friends, everyone. Mum stood near the head of the table, face unreadable. Dad clinked a spoon on his glass. Dad, family, please gather. My daughter has news. Me? Thank you, Daddy. Alfred and I have decided to marry. Cheers drowned my next words. Aunt Ruth shouted, Praise God! Uncle Mike sprayed malt like a football coach. I flushed, half embarrassed, half thrilled. Alfred squeezed my fingers. Then Mum raised her palm. The room hushed as if someone had pulled the plug on the speakers. Mum, soft but firm, I'm sorry. I cannot bless this marriage. Silence hit harder than any slap. Dad frowned, confused. I felt the floor tip. Dad, Susan, what are you saying? I said no. Jessica, you must reconsider. Gossip radar across the room lit up. Eyes pivoted between Mum and me like a tennis match. Me, you've pushed me to marry for years. Now I choose someone and you refuse? Choosing under pressure is still a mistake. I do not trust his intentions. Alfred stepped forward, polite but steely. Alfred, Ma, with respect, I love Jessica. Love can be rehearsed. Gasps. Someone dropped a fork. My ears rang. Susan, have you evidence against the boy? Intuition. Me, intuition isn't proof. A mother's warning is enough. Tears pressed behind my eyelids, but anger burned through them. Me, you don't get to dangle marriage in front of me like a prize, then snatch it. Mum, I'm saving you from heartbreak. Me, voice rising. No, you're breaking my heart right now. Alfred reached for me. I pulled away, suddenly unsure of everything. Dad tried to mediate, but chatter erupted. My joy had lasted exactly 6 minutes. I woke before dawn. I slipped into Mum's room, someplace I hadn't invaded since teenage years. Her wardrobe smelled of lavender. On the top shelf, a shoebox. Inside, cash bundles wrapped in elastic, maybe 500K total. Under the cash, a gold bracelet engraved, Love A. My stomach flipped. A could be anybody, but my mind screamed Alfred. I snapped photos with my phone and replaced everything exactly. Adrenaline buzzed, guilt followed. Stealing secrets felt wrong, but betrayal felt worse. Alfred waited in the garden, eyes searching my face. I couldn't speak. I handed him the check. He skimmed it, jaw clenching. Alfred, she thinks I have a price. Do you? No, do you? I shook my head, tears finally spilling. He pulled me into his arms. I let him for a moment, then stepped back. Me, I need space. Too many lies. I'll fight for you. Me, then prove everything wrong. Start with the hotel records. He nodded, pocketed the check for evidence, not cash. I went to my room, door locked, heart in shards. Outside, I heard Mum's quiet sobs fade down the corridor. My phone buzzed all night. Alfred, aunties, Dad's confused texts. I answered none, because now the story had split open, and the truth was hiding in rooms I hadn't dared to enter yet. I spent the next 2 days collecting proof the way some people collect stamps. Alfred sent screenshots of his bank logs. No cash deposits, no Luna Hotel charges. He swore he'd never touched Mum since the retreat months back, and even then it was only flirting. But something kept nagging me. Those cash bundles in Mum's closet were gone when I checked again, and Alfred dodged every question about startup investors before I entered the picture. I decided to pull the sting right at the source, the bank. A former classmate, Tina, worked in verification. I took her lunch and the Luna Hotel receipts. Tina, her monitor. Hotel got paid by someone called G Prime Logistics, not Alfred. And the check Mum wrote? Tina, cashed yesterday. Same account. G Prime, I Googled the name in my car. The only hit was a shell company registered 5 weeks earlier by Alfred Adigwe. My throat dried. I drove straight to his flat, heart thudding. The door was unlocked. Inside, half his things were missing and cardboard boxes lined the wall. Me? Alfred? He walked out holding an open suitcase. No smile this time, just a tired shrug. Jess, I can explain. Me, explain why your fake company cashed my mum's check. I was going to pay it back. With what? More lies. He set the suitcase down, rubbed his eyes like a man at the end of a shift. Alf, listen. Your mum chased me first. She was lonely, rich, easy to impress. Me. So you took her money, then mine. I needed capital. This is business. Business. You kissed me, proposed to me. That's the job, Jess. You hired an actor. The words cracked something inside me. Did you ever feel anything real? Alfred, quiet, almost sad. Real feelings don't pay rent. He closed the suitcase, snapped the latch. Alfred, I'm flying to Kigali tonight. I'll triple that money in 6 months. I'll send your mum her slice. My mum? What about me? You're smart. You'll bounce back. I stared at the man who'd once felt like a rescue raft. Now he was the leak that sank it. Me, steady now. Put the money back. Alfred, can't. Tickets booked, investors waiting. I pulled out my phone, thumb hovering over a saved draft, an email with every receipt, check image, and his shell company papers addressed to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Me, either the bank reverses that check today, or this goes viral tomorrow. For the first time, Alfred's mask slipped. Panic flickered. Alfred, you drag your own family name through the mud? Better mud than rot. He swallowed, eyes darting. Jess, don't do this. Fix it. He exhaled, shoulders deflating. Fine. I'll transfer every naira back now. He opened his laptop, fingers flying. A notification pinged on my phone. 20 million reversed. Happy? Me, relieved. I pocketed my phone, turned to leave. Jess? Me without looking back. We're done. Pixel's dead. I shut the door on the last line of our script. Mum sat at the dining table, hands wrapped around an untouched cup of tea. She looked older than last week, mascara smudged under red eyes. He paid me back? Yes. And he's gone. She nodded, tears sliding unchecked. I'm sorry, Jessica. Me, gentle but firm. Sorry for which part? Hiring him first or sleeping with him after? Both. Silence settled like dust in an empty house. I reached across the table, took her hand. It trembled. Me, we both mistook attention for affection. Will you ever forgive me? I squeezed her fingers. Maybe not today, but I don't want to hate you forever. Dad walked in, confusion on his face. I told him everything. The ad, the act, the affair, the check, the refund. He listened, jaw clenched, then walked out, keys jangling. We heard the car start and leave, no words, just rubber on asphalt. A different kind of silence dropped, heavier than before. The next weeks felt like rehab for the heart. Family group chats exploded with rumors. I muted them all. People at work whispered. I answered with a smile that said, mind your spreadsheet. One evening, Dad returned, eyes tired but soft. Dad, marriage is 2 things, slow trust and fast forgiveness. We lost both. Me, can we rebuild? Brick by brick. He hugged Mum first. She broke down. Then he hugged me, long, steady, warm. I cried into his shirt, letting the ache flow out. Alfred texted once, landed Kigali. No hard feelings. I blocked the number without reply. But I felt a tug, unfinished chapters rattle loud, so I wrote a short email instead. Alfred, hard feelings come with hard lessons. I learned mine. I hope you learn yours before someone writes a bigger bill. Jessica, I hit send, archived the thread, and poured myself iced Zobo. It tasted like freedom, tart and honest. One Sunday, Mum knocked on my door holding a shoebox. Thought you might want these back. Inside, every fake engagement photo. I flipped through the stack, found one where Alfred and I looked genuinely happy, eyes crinkled, mouths open mid-laugh. Me? We look good for 2 actors. Mum, maybe keep one, as a reminder. Me? Of what? Bad choices? Of how well you can bounce. I picked my favorite, tore it right down the middle. I handed half to her, kept half for me. Mum. Symbolic? Me, half the story each. We'll fill in the rest with better scenes. We laughed, a fresh, real laugh. It sounded like a new script starting. I walk most evenings now, no ring, no pretend partner, just music in my ears and the city lights blinking like polite applause. Sometimes neighbors still ask, when will we meet the groom again? I grin and say, he took an early flight. Then I keep walking, head high, compass steady, because some stories end without weddings, and that can still be a happy ending.